What up, everybody? It's been a while since I've done this, it feels like. Just me and the old school way for the time being. Wanted to get off some news for y'all that I can't really do it on my laptop because copyright reasons, and it's easier for me to present it by myself. So I will try. Let me turn this down. Shit. What up, Ryan? How you doing, bro? But I will try to get back on tonight with everybody else and do something with everybody also. But I definitely, wanted to get on and do some of this stuff that I couldn't do for everybody. That I know some of y'all been wanting some news and wanting to know what's going on. And you know me, I be wanting to talk that shit, whether, whatever. But every time I try to get my personal style off, I can't do it. Nitro Bob, what's good with you, brother? Yeah, brother. I've been wanting to do my own shit. Just been wanting to get my own news off. The old school way. I've been missing it. I'm like, yeah, I try. I'll put all my topics together. You know what I'm saying? I put all my topics together. They never get off. I never get to talk about them. I never get to rant. Never get to do my shit. So it's like time for y'all to get the old school shit. Because it's that time. We got a new pope. We got some disclosure or some weird shit coming with Trump. We got some funny news stories. We stay on until 5. Nah, what I'll probably do, Nitro, I know you're laughing, but what I'll probably do is get off and then bring everybody on for like another one, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to get my news in at least for like an hour or something, at least, a good hour or so of just giving y'all what I got together. But yeah, everybody, thank you, Serenity and Ryan. Everybody smash that like for me if you can. Hit the subs. They've been actually letting me get subs lately. I'm in the positive, so YouTube's starting to maybe forgive me. I don't know what I did wrong, but I feel like they're forgiving me for something. It's like they're like, all right, Tim, you can do a little something. Just enough. Anyways, let me set this up because I don't have this on. Now everything should jump up a little more. All right, so let's see. We're about 3 minutes in. I'll let people try to pile in a little bit more before I start going. Oh look, it's Catechism. What's up? I call you Catechism, even though that's probably not even right at all. I'm doing well. Marley's doing well. Thank you for asking. Yeah, we're doing fine. Marley's sleeping. I think he just ate. I'm sure now that I just said his name, he'll be out here bitching in a minute. I'm sure. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. What you say? Yeah, that's how you say it, but I like it. Yeah, I always say catechism. I don't know. I can't see shit. I don't know what you guys is damn. I guess if I looked, if I were to look on my laptop and I would stretch it out, I'd be able to see what your guys' avatars and stuff look like. But I have no idea. That's why y'all be laughing. I'll be making shit up in my head. Y'all really, what your avatars are, all that. I'll be making up names sometimes. Can't see it. What do y'all want from me? You know what I'm saying? What do you expect? So anyways, let's see. What do we got here today for you guys? Well, first off, what do we know? We know that the new Pope, his name is Robert Prevost. He's Leo the first American Pope. Cardinal Robert Prevost, a Chicago native who spent his career ministering to the poor in Peru, has been elected as the 267th Pope, marking the first American pontiff in the Catholic Church's 2,000-year history. Huh. I didn't know that they chose a fucking Catholic from Chicago. That's crazy. That's crazy. The 69-year-old appeared as the world's first Pope Thursday evening after the historic conclave concluded at Vatican City, where he waved the crowds. I have a feeling, and I already know, I'm not a feeling, I'm pretty damn sure this Pope's a snowflake, just like the last one, dude. Now, I hope I'm wrong, but I already know because I got other stories that are going to make us. Alright, so here's a picture of the bastard. I just called the Pope a bastard. What is wrong with me? I did not. I promise I didn't. I just called the Pope a bastard. Don't you dare. I'm sorry. Anyways, I was just joking. That's him. As a kid. Man, there's so many things I want to say right now. Like, that poor kid. What do you want me to fucking say, dude? I mean, to become a pope, dude, you've had to do some really weird shit, you know? The fact is, he's from Chicago. He came from a Spanish, French, and Italian descent. Now, here's some of the stuff I have about him. Hold on. Apparently, he didn't like Trump. That's for sure. Hold on. This redheaded chick really starting to piss me off, dude. I swear to you, whose dick did she suck to get on every ad that I have to fucking look at every day? My God. New Pope Leo spent years retweeting criticisms of Trump policies. So this dude is he's got TDS. I already know this guy's a snowflake. I knew it. This guy's a snowflake. Fucking can't. Why does it always gotta end up Trump, though? Like, why do they always gotta be on Trump's dick? Like, what the fuck, bro? Always. He's saying Trump's a bad hombre. He said he's racist. He's nativism. He got pissed at Trump about the bump stocks. He retreated. He's really about the gun control, it seems like. Let's see what he says about... Hold on. It says something about his abortion. Yeah, let's see what he says over here. Alright, let's get into the real shit. Who's watching? Anybody? Hit the like if you're watching. There's 5 of y'all. There's 4 fucking likes. There should be one more like. Friggin'... Let's see. Pope Leo, in his own words, the pontiff on abortion, climate change, homosexuality, and capital punishment. Well, let's see what he's got to say. Newly elected Pope Leo is widely considered to be soft-spoken and cautious, but has not been shy in recent years about speaking out on hot-button issues, from teaching of gender ideology in schools to climate change. What I tell you guys... I knew it. I could tell this guy was going to be a fucking snowflake, dude. Known as Robert Francis Prevost, prior to his election Thursday as the leader of the Roman Catholic Church, the 69-year-old Chicago native views on several controversial topics can be gleaned from social media posts and reposts, public remarks, and interviews with the media outlets. So here's his view on climate change. Of course, he says he's a strong believer and have a responsibility to take care of the planet. The then president of the Commission for Latin America, perfect of the Diocese for Bishops, argued in November. We have an environmental crisis. Yeah, we'll stop spraying. Dominion over nature should not become tyrannical. Arguing that man's. I agree with what he's saying about. I don't know. I don't really. What he's saying basically is we need to take care of our environment now. Harmful environment impacts of technological developments and highlighted the Vatican's installation of solar panels. Yeah, see, then he starts pushing the solar panels and electric vehicles. Right to it. Exactly. What up, Sean? What's good with you, bro? But, gender ideology. He's all for the homosexuals. Man. Well, looks like I won't be a fucking Catholic. What do you want me to say, dude? I'm not even gonna keep going because I think I get it. This guy is fucked. Alright, well. I thought this was kind of funny. Real fast. Biden went on The View and wasn't surprised Trump defeated Harris, saying that Americans are sexist. What do you say about that one, dog? Americans are sexist, dude. Oh, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate you, brother. Let's see what he has to say. Here's the fucking thing. Hold on.
Why do you think the vice president lost, and were you surprised?
Well, I was surprised. I wasn't surprised because they went the route of the sexist route, the whole route. I mean, this is a woman, she's this, she's that. I mean, it really, I've never seen quite a successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country and a woman of mixed race.
Yeah.
So basically, Americans, you're fucking racist if you voted for Trump.
Space. I feel like I'm suffocating.
Sexist, I mean. I'm sorry. Dude, there's that redheaded bitch in another commercial. She's starting to give me a headache. You know? So, if you voted for Trump, now you're sexist and you're racist. Fascist. Fuck else are you? Alright. I've got a couple videos I'll show. And then I'm fucking. So this one's talking about something strange has happened after the new pope was announced. I don't know what it's going to be. If it sucks, I'll turn it off. I do have a good one about Trump, so we'll see what the Trump one is. But I got a few videos, and then I'll probably just move forward as shit. Alright, Rooster. Alright.
Forces, I think, unfortunately, he's one of the most progressive, is Cardinal Prevost. I don't think he's getting enough play. He's certainly on the short list as being, and I think it's pretty shocking given how the contempt they hold the American church. The American church gives so much money, they're afraid it has too much power. So they've never really wanted to have an American pope. But my understanding is Prevost is one of the ones closest to Francis ideologically. He's also had tremendous experience in Latin America. And so he's one of the ones on the short list. I'm a big believer that Cardinal Sarah from Africa would be a perfect selection right now for this moment in the church. But I will tell everybody,
Sorry, guys, I'm trying to get it to focus.
One of the traditionalists, you have no earthly idea how this is going to turn out.
Focus,
That's why I think
bitch.
this run-up is so important. And it's
What's
kind of,
up, Rick?
it's
How you
interesting
doing,
that it's
brother?
ironic. It's going
Doing
to take
some
place.
news.
It's going to kick off, I think,
Tonight
on
we'll get into
either
the.
the day
I wanted
of
to get
or
my
the day
news
before
on.
the 80th anniversary of victory in Europe. So it's very symbolic of what's coming together here in the first part of May.
This is stunning. It is an American, Monsignor.
Again, a great surprise. An American, the prefect of the Congregation of Bishops, who born in Chicago, an Augustinian from a religious order, but moved to Peru as a missionary, and an amazing surprise for the church and the world.
A moderate.
Stunning moment, because of course it used to be said for 2 centuries that the idea of an American Pope was unthinkable, and here we have an American successor repeater.
I am absolutely stunned.
Never thought an Prevost, a dark horse, would be the first American-born pope. And while he was born in Chicago, he was a missionary. He spent a lot of time in Peru. This will be a continuation of the pastoral approach of Pope Francis, correct?
What greater honor could there be? And we were a little bit surprised, very happy. It's just a absolutely great honor.
Are you planning to meet the Pope in the near future?
Mr. President, they've already called. They have already spoken to us, and we'll see what happens. But again, to have the Pope from the United States of America, that's a great honor. That's a great honor. Watching, and they said he's from America. I said, that's great.
The president and the White House posted an AI image on Saturday of President Trump.
This shit's hilarious.
After joking this week he'd like to be the next pontiff. This on today's final day of mourning for Pope Francis, and with the conclave to pick his successor.
I think this shit's hilarious, dude. I wanted to show this yesterday, but I couldn't fit it in, and it looks so horrible on my camera. But it is a picture of Trump as the Pope, bro. And you know that has motherfuckers just rolling.
Just 3 days away. NBC's Ann Thompson is in Vatican City for us, and the countdown to the conclave is on.
It is, Willie, and this post by
I don't really care about this much
is
longer.
stirring up all kinds of controversy. It was posted first on Truth Social and then reposted by the official White House account on X, and it is dominating the headlines here in Europe. This morning, I asked New York Cardinal Timothy Dolan, who is also a member of the President's Religious Liberty Commission, what he thought of the Trump as Pope post.
I hope he didn't have anything to do with that.
Are you offended by that?
Well, it wasn't good.
I'm going to let you digest this AI-generated, or as America's Education Secretary would say, A1-generated image that both the President and the White House posted online this morning. Now, technically, the only qualification to be Pope are that you must be male and you
Hit one in the chat if you think that shit's hilarious.
must be a baptized Catholic. So in theory, you don't even need to be a cardinal to become Pope. But the last time a non-cardinal was Pope was back in 1378, when the Italian Archbishop Bartolomeo Prignano, who had been a monk, was controversially chosen from outside of the College of Cardinals, and he became Pope Urban VI. So, will Donald Trump follow in the 647-year-old footsteps of Bartolomeo Prignano?
Look at that pic.
He won't. That dream is as artificial as that image that he posted. While it appears Trump has been baptized,
did you really
it was
think
as a
that Trump was
Presbyterian,
trying
and he
to
said
one
near the end of his first term that he was now
This motherfucker really thought Trump was trying to run for Pope. Fucking retard.
a non-denominational Christian. God bless.
This is 6 days after President Donald Trump joked that he would like to succeed Pope Francis.
As Pope, I'd like to be Pope.
Shows you'd expect this photo was widely criticized, especially by faith leaders.
So it is a
He said, what, Pope? He's like, I'd like to be Pope. Bro, these people take anything that man says and just runs with it. Bro, that was some funny shit. Could you imagine? I wish I had that much power to troll people. Like, bro, if you could make me president and people just would be believing the shit I'd be saying, I'd be trolling the shit out of everybody. they'd be like, hey, Tim, what do you think about the Pope? I'd be like, yeah, I could be the Pope. And what do you think? Fuck him. You know? They'd be like, hey, Tim, do you have any pets? Nah, fuck that stupid fucking dog commander, you know? You say whatever you fucking want, dude. You know, I wish I was fucking president just for a day. I'd say all types of fucked up shit. You think Trump saying that this country or that country was shit? Think of the fucked up things I would say for a day. I can't even think about the shit I would say for a day. That would be wrong. I know that for a fact. Alright, sorry. I lost the video I was showing you guys. Hold on. I lost it. What up, Nut? Yeah, bro, I'm just doing a little bit of old school shit for a minute. And then I'll get back on tonight with some different shit. But I wanted to get off a few videos that I can't do on my fucking I can't do it the way that we be doing it. Alright. I'll get back to the fucking shit. I think this is kind of gay, though. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably over it. To be honest.
Huge day, of course. Papa Leo Robert Francis Prevost, and his middle name, coincidentally, is Francis. Pope Francis just left us. His middle name is Pope Francis. He chose the name Leo the 14th. So it is a huge day for Catholics here. And just really quickly, there's an old saying about the conclave that if you enter the conclave of Pope, you will leave a cardinal. And basically that means is if you're one of the favorites, and even worse, if you think you've got the deal sealed, you're going to be the next pope, chances are you're not. And so many experts. I
don't care. Hey, I don't give a shit. There's nothing strange that happened about the pope coming in other than the fact that Trump said he wanted to be pope, and that was fucking hilarious. If they think I'm going to sit there...
I've never agreed with psychiatry. Ever.
Yeah, dude, it definitely gets wild in there, you know? It definitely, we have some wild streams. But I felt like, do a little bit of, some old school news won't hurt nobody. You know? Oh, yeah, no, I know. I'll definitely probably do another one as soon as I get done with this. I probably won't go too long with this at all. And I'll definitely do something with everybody tonight for sure, because that shit gets wild. It's funny. But I definitely wanted to get some of my own shit off, just to have, because I haven't done any news in a while, and I'm like, fuck. You know? And I know, like, Critical Rick, other people have been popping in like, bro, what the fuck? Do some news. And I could never really get it off, so... Hey, bro, cool. You're more than welcome to pop in tomorrow, bro. It'll be fun. It's Friday night. We'll have StreamYard popping. So, I feel like that whole like part of the show is taking a life of its own, you know? But it's starting to phase out my news, so I got to get my news popping. You know, I got to keep the news going a little bit. I can't have a platform and not. I need to keep my truther card going a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I gotta figure a way to keep it going. Otherwise, it's just gonna be crazy and shit. Which, you know, it's fun anyways. You know what I'm saying. But, can't have a platform and not fucking tell people what's good, bro. Without being interrupted, you know. Back to the roots, exactly. Just for certain shit like this. But here's some shit Tom Cruise is... So I started... You guys know I like to do live reactions. I don't like to watch my shit first. I started to watch this because I had no clue what it was about. I watched about 30 seconds of it, and I felt like this is going to be a good video. But I don't know. It could turn into something shitty. But it seemed like it was something worth watching. So let's get into this. We'll talk about it if we want. I thought this was a good one.
Pseudoscience. But Tom, if she said that this particular thing helped her feel better, whether it was the antidepressant or going to a counselor or a psychiatrist, isn't that enough? Matt, you have to understand this. Here we are today, where I talk out against drugs. Do you know what Adderall is? Do you know Ritalin? Do you know now that Ritalin is a street drug? Do you understand that? The difference is...
This was a while back, right? This was a while back. And I think he's on point, though. That's why I was like, all right, I'll give him this credit because he's on point. They put me on that shit when I was in like 7th grade, and now it's a street drug. Think about it. A 7th grader, that's what, 13, 14, and now you're giving them street drugs?
Matt, I'm asking you a question. Matt, I'm asking you a question. I understand there's abuse of all of these things. No, you see, here's the problem. You don't know the history of psychiatry. I do. Aren't there examples, and might not Brooke Shields be an example of someone who benefited from one of those drugs? All it does is mask the problem, Matt. And if you understand the history of it, it masks the problem. That's what it does. That's all it does. You're not getting to the reason why. There is no such thing as a chemical imbalance. So postpartum depression to you is kind of a little psychological gobbledygook? No, I did not say that. I'm just asking, what would you call it? Matt, that is the now you're talking about two different things. But that's what she went on the antidepressant for. But what happens, the antidepressant, all it does is mask the problem. There's ways of vitamins and through exercise and various things. I'm not saying that isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. That's an alteration of what I'm saying. I'm saying that drugs aren't the answer, that these drugs are very dangerous. They're mind-altering, antipsychotic drugs. And there are ways of doing it without that so that we don't end up in a brave new world.
Controversy over a new depression study. You may have seen a wave of headlines this week saying that a new study shows basically everything we thought we knew about depression isn't true. And you've probably heard this before, that depression is caused by a chemical imbalance in the brain, specifically serotonin. It's on this premise that the majority of antidepressants are based, which represent a more than $11 billion global market. More than 37 million Americans take antidepressants, most of them SSRIs, which work to correct the balance of serotonin. So this newspaper summarizes that there is, in fact, no hard evidence to support that depression is caused by a disturbance of the brain's serotonin.
This seems to me like a landmark set of results, that this could be a total game changer in the way that we tackle depression in this country.
So there's been an idea around for a long time that actually the evidence about serotonin doesn't stack up, that there are studies out there that are negative or inconclusive, but no one before has got all the research together and looked at it in total and found that not one single area of research on serotonin, at least the main areas, really provides any convincing evidence that...
Wait a minute. Is this bitch really saying that depression doesn't exist and it isn't caused by low serotonin? Now, I gotta continue watching this. No, he was on point with what he was saying, like, for real, for the most part. But what this bitch is saying about serotonin, bro, if you lose your serotonin, you have low serotonin, you are depressed. That bitch is full of shit. I don't give a fuck. Something about the UK is just something wrong with them motherfuckers, bro. But yeah, no, I don't know about that one, bro. Eat a bunch of ecstasy pills, drain all your serotonin, bitch, and tell me how you feel.
Depression is associated with low serotonin levels.
But then, what is depression associated with? What causes it? And I mean, we're talking about a debilitating condition, and we're going to come to... So what is causing the problem?
Well, that's the million-dollar question. Of course, there's research going on into lots of other possible biological causes and has been for decades, but none of them have come up with any more convincing evidence than the evidence on serotonin. The evidence on serotonin is one of the areas that's been most thoroughly researched over the last few decades. So my interpretation of this research is that we need to look at depression differently. We need to stop seeing it as a brain disorder. And I think it's been
Can't we look at depression too, not just as a brain disorder, but as maybe like something in your DNA? You know? Like, like, can't that shit just be passed down from generation? You know? I mean, like, or maybe you do have a I mean, like, I just can't see how it's not a chemical imbalance in your brain. Because anybody that's had anxiety knows that there is something wrong. What would be causing that then? Unless we were just indoctrinated to think that, but what would be the cause of my anxiety, for example? If it's not a chemical imbalance? Is it the food? Is it the frequencies in the air? Or not? Yeah, would it be in there? Yeah, it'd be in the air. You can't be on air. You'd be in air. Yeah, yeah. You know? I don't know. It says here that there's no evidence that depression is caused by chemical imbalance in the brain. Are they just really just telling us everything we know is just bullshit again? Are we gonna have to relearn everything all over again? That's what it's starting to seem like to me. Starting to seem like we're having to relearn everything all the fuck over. Shit, stupid. Alright. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of bored. Dude. I might just save my energy for tonight. For later. I'll go on in like an hour or two. I got more stories and shit. I'm just sort of like, yeah, I'm kind of bored. Who's still in here? Anybody? I'm like just at a half hour. I do have one more thing I could talk about. Because I was bored with that bullshit too, bro, to be honest. Dude, there's underground bases across America. That's kind of interesting. What's up, Dwayne? How's it going, bro? Where's the one about Trump? No, I lost it. Well, here's one about underground bases. Now, the only reason why I thought that was interesting was because...
But there is a history of near extinction events. And one of the things that...
They have all those strange sounds that we've been hearing across the country of like loud explosions and loud booms that nobody could really explain. This is the only thing that I could think of, and I've been trying to talk about forever. Now, I don't know if this is going to take us down that rabbit hole or not, but we'll see, and then I'm going to end it after this, bro. How you doing, Zah? I was just getting ready to end it. I'm kind of bored. I'm going to wait and just go live again later on tonight. Just kind of bored. But let's see what these underground bases are, though. Anyways, we'll see if it's worth watching.
I've looked at because I'm trying to figure out, between fiscal 1998 and fiscal 2015, there were 21 trillion of undocumentable adjustments in the U.S. government. If you go to our website, missingmoney.solera.com, we have years and years of documentation, including the government financials.
For sure, Zah. I'm going to end this for sure here in a minute, and then I'll restart some other one, and we'll definitely smoke and do our thing tonight. Have fun. I just wanted to get some news off.
Show this. And so the question is, where's all this money going? And one of the things I've looked at in the process of looking at where all this money is going is the underground base and city infrastructure and transportation system that's been built. And
I'm sorry?
yes. So we have built an extraordinary number of underground bases and supposedly transportation systems. Some of these are some of these are documented as part of the national security infrastructure. I think there are many more. So
in the United States?
In the United States, on all over the world.
And let's take a live look at Capitol Hill, where lawmakers are looking to get to the bottom of who's responsible for numerous drone sightings near U.S. military bases in recent months. Today's House subcommittee hearing comes months after the White House said those drones spotted over New Jersey were, quote, not the enemy. News Nation's Brooke Schaefer is keeping tabs on this one for us. Brooke, good morning. I remember those drones over New Jersey. People were worried. But lawmakers treating these drones as a serious threat.
Smash your pass.
Now. Hannah, officials from the Department of Defense and the FAA are expected to testify in this hearing in Washington, D.C. later today, addressing what at least one lawmaker described as a significant threat to our national security. The Subcommittee on Military and Foreign Affairs says drone sightings over military bases have shot up, and U.S. military sites are being exposed to surveillance, espionage, and potential weaponization. Congress today looking to tackle those vulnerabilities and answer the question of who is in charge. Subcommittee Chairman Congressman William Timmons said U.S. agencies' confusion over who's responsible for countering increased drone activity severely hinders our military's ability to respond to threats in real time. As you mentioned, today's hearing, it comes several months after a number of drones were spotted over New Jersey, prompting serious concern for weeks from people who live there. Some of those drones were reportedly sighted over 2 military installations, according to the Department of Defense.
What about Ohio?
Joint staff called those sightings typical. But a top NORTHCOM and NORAD officer told the Senate Armed Services Committee in February there were 350 uncrewed aircraft systems reported last year over 100 different military installations, telling senators these drones pose a growing threat to safety and security.
Senator, the primary threat I see for them in the way they've been operating is detection and perhaps surveillance of sensitive capabilities on our installations.
We use the Spectrum Savings Calculator before. I learned that since we're existing Spectrum Internet customer.
The subcommittee chairman for today's hearing in D.C. calling for swift action to defend the American people. Hannah? A lot of eyes on this, no doubt.
It's been a fixture in Colorado Springs for 60 years now, keeping us safe in a dangerous world. The North American Aerospace Defense Command just allowed its first tour in a decade. And tonight, our Michael Abeda takes us inside Cheyenne Mountain.
The tunnel to the base inside Cheyenne Mountain is iconic, but what goes on inside is top secret. It's been the subject of intrigue and popular culture for decades.
You have to mix between, what you see on Stargate and what you see in the movies. But I tell you, it's pretty impressive.
And while it was built in 1958, it's still probably the safest place in the world. That's because the base itself is a wonder of technology and engineering.
When you walk through that tunnel to come here and understand the scope and breadth of the vision of people in the 1950s to create this complex and know the protection it affords, like I said, it's impressive.
Cheyenne Mountain was bored out to create space to build an Air Force base inside of it. That means the base itself sits behind tons of solid granite. That's sufficient to sustain almost any blast. But as if that wasn't enough, there are also 2 23-ton blast doors that can be closed in 45 seconds to completely seal off the base. If there's a nuclear bombing of the facility, the buildings sit on gigantic springs to protect all the people and sensitive equipment inside from the shock of the blast.
The protection it affords, it's pretty amazing what we do here.
These days, NORAD monitors the air and seas around the world and in the United States from Peterson Air Force Base in the Springs.
If there's increasing tensions with state or non-state actors, if there was ever a physical threat to Peterson Air Force Base, we would be here, we would live here and fight out of here.
Inside NORAD, Michael Abeta, covering Colorado first.
From 2021 to 2023, I took one of the smartest subscribers in the Slater Report network And he and I spent 2 years collecting all the data and all the allegations on underground bases. And then we systematically went through and tried to estimate our guess. This is totally a guess of how many underground bases, both underground in the United States, but also underground under the ocean around the United States. And our estimate was 170 with a transportation network connecting them.
And what would be the purpose?
The purpose, if you thought you were going to get a near extinction event, so there, to me, there are two purposes. You have so many activities going on that you need to keep secret that you're basically building the capacity to, for example, if you're doing a secret space program, you need to platform it from, things that can't be seen. But I think if you're worried about a near extinction event, that's...
So I know nothing about this other than my only window into it. I knew a contractor who worked on one in Washington, in the city of Washington, D.C. Right. And I remember him telling me about a power box, like a transformer box on Constitution Avenue that he told me, because he worked on it personally, was actually the exit, the egress from White House. That was kind of by vehicle. I thought that was, and I was like, really? He goes, oh, yeah, no, I installed it, I know. And I thought, well, that's kind of crazy that in the middle of this big city where I was on Constitution Avenue every day, that you could build something like that without me knowing it. Under the VP's house at the Naval Observatory, same thing. I think most people know that. Next to my brother's house on Macomb Street in D.C. I always thought that was like
that's fucked.
Preparation for nuclear war. Like, I didn't really think about it that much.
Some of it is, yeah. It's preparation for catastrophe.
So they're basically prepping for some catastrophe. We already knew they were doing that shit. We already knew that they had these underground bases. Like, who didn't already know that shit? It's funny that all this time they called us conspiracy theorists, but the whole time we'd be talking about this shit. It was always real. It's funny now that here we are. Like, even that base, that was a conspiracy. All the stuff that they're talking about now, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, that was a conspiracy. Now it's fucking just like, oh yeah, we it's the most fortified place. We're ready for a natural disaster. Like, bro, that used to be a fucking conspiracy, dude. Yeah, he said Stargate. That's what I said. I said, my man says Stargate. What do you mean by that, dude? Fuck they got in there, bro. Fuck, you trying to jump into the next dimension, homie? What the fuck you got? We gonna have to look into that a little more, Yeah, we definitely gotta look into that a little more, because that's, on another day, like, that's crazy, bro. But, yeah, I had a video about Trump, too. He said there was, like, a major announcement coming in a few days. Oh, hi, Holly. Welcome. Haven't seen you forever. Much love to you. But yeah, he said that I'll find the damn video. And then I'll end it on that. Since Holly popped in. I hope you're doing well, Holly. I'm sorry, I'm very bad at texting. I'm a horrible texter, Holly. I'm horrible. So, like, I'd be really bad because I don't really be looking at, like, the chats all so much. So, like, I'm very bad at texting back with that stuff. I love it. I'm glad to hear, Holly. Love you so much. Ryan keeps me informed. Ryan always keeps me informed, so I love it. Yeah, me too, Nut. Me too. I'm trying to look into that my damn self, dude. I want to see more about that. I'm definitely interested. I do real fast before I do end this. I do. Oh shit! I do want to see. What the fuck was this Trump video? Real fast. Yeah, he kept me informed. What's this new Trump shit? Where is it at? Here it is. Alright. Here it is. Alright, so I started to watch. This seemed kind of interesting. I don't know.
We have some very big announcement to make. It's not about trade. It's about something else. But
How
it's
you
going to
doing,
be
Jesse?
a truly earth-shattering and positive development for this country and for the people of this country. And that'll take place sometime within the next few days to make. Like, as big as it gets. And I won't tell you on
China.
what, but it's going to, and it's very positive. I'd tell you if it was negative or positive. I can't keep that out. It is really, really positive. And that announcement will be made either Thursday or Friday or Monday before we leave. But it'll be one of the most important announcements that have been made in many years about a certain subject, very important subject. So you'll all be here. Mark, would you like to say a few words?
Well, thank you, Mr. President. I'm on the edge of my seat, actually.
Members of Congress are demanding answers about deep, dark secrets hidden inside the vast national security apparatus secretly related to UFOs. New witnesses are being called to a public hearing that's set for next month.
One of the largest UFO programs ever funded by the government was based right here in Las Vegas, and nearly everything produced by that program is still hidden away.
8 News Now Chief Investigator George Knapp spoke with one of its central figures, scientist and author Dr. Jacques Vallée.
George Knapp.
And just saying, well, just,
disclose,
doesn't answer any of that.
Jacques Vallée has been a central figure in UFO research and debate for more than 6 decades. He's often been at odds with UFO orthodoxy, was among the first to argue that the unknown craft seen for centuries in our skies and oceans may not be from other planets, but from other realities. He's heard the demands for an end to official secrecy many times, and at the same time has participated in secretive efforts himself. If there is some kind of non-human intelligence here, the secrecy starts with them. But governments, in particular the U.S. government, have created multiple other levels of secrecy.
The atomic secrecy, primarily.
My whole thing is, why would they want to tell our government, of all people?
Which most people in the Pentagon...
I got some exciting news. I've got more shows to announce. This tour is never ending.
Why do they want to tell our government?
In the US.
Why would they go we're going to go talk to the government?
And then the military secrecy and the strategic secrecy, and then the diplomatic secrecy.
In Dr. Vallée's most recent book, Forbidden Science, Scattered Castles, he shares private exchanges with colleagues from the OSAP program, including Las Vegas billionaire Robert Bigelow and a close-knit group of scientists nicknamed the Lone Stars. The scientists, some of them former CIA contractors, accept that the U.S. government has recovered crashed vehicles of unknown origin, that defense contractors have worked for decades to reverse engineer that technology at secretive facilities in the desert and elsewhere. They say adversary nations have done likewise. The race to duplicate that technology means national security is at stake. Vallée favors transparency, but worries that an official declaration could prove chaotic.
So if we want to disclose...
Chief Investigator George Knapp spoke with one of its central figures.
Even disclose something as simple as saying, yes, we acknowledge the phenomenon, and it seems to be from space. We would have to, once you do that, you have to answer 100 other questions. This is not the end. This is not the end of the story.
While Dr. Vallée is encouraged by the renewed interest in UFOs within Congress, mainstream media, and academia, he thinks someone needs to craft a well-planned strategy.
What do you guys think? I really hate talking about UFO. I don't hate talking about them, but man, Marley's saying hello to y'all. He said, hi, Holly. I hope you get better. He's just running around wanting some attention. I fed him before I went live. Oh, he probably went and ate whatever he had left. because he's going back to bed. But, yeah, I just wanted to come on. I have more stories and shit. I'm just sort of like, I'm going to save my energy for here in a little bit, come back on, and maybe I could use them for tonight, you know? But I don't think I smoked enough before I went live. I need to get my smoke on a little bit. You're heading to bed? Well, see, that's why I went live early today, because I wanted to say hi to the people that I haven't really got to see lately. You know? So I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and try. Yeah, I'm going to check that out. Send it to me on Discord, and I'll be able to check it out. Yeah, good night, Holly. I appreciate you as usual, Holly. As usual, I appreciate you. I'll smoke one with y'all real fast before I fucking get up out of here, but I'm finna end this shit here in a minute. I'll do a dab with y'all and then end it. Yeah. Yeah, we love you, Holly. Get better. Stay in touch. We'll always be around, one way or another. You know. But what am I missing? Is there any like good sports or anything that I missed today? Is there any games on tonight? I know the Cavs play tomorrow. The Cavs don't win tomorrow, it's a wrap, dude. We gotta win tomorrow. The fact that we're down by 2-0 and we haven't even played a away game yet is scary. If we can come back, that'd be crazy talk. That'd be huge if we come back. I'm putting in a order tomorrow. Some new shit drop. Nice, dude. Nice. Yeah, I've been smoking on this oil I got, and it's been very good. I've got some strains still left. I thought about opening up a new strain for my birthday today. Thought about maybe trying something different, weed-wise. I just still got so much I need to smoke otherwise. But when I open up these eighths, dude, they be so fired that I'll smoke that whole fucking eighth, dude. It's over with. I open that shit up and it's gone. I will smoke an eighth with no questions asked. I've had the Jenny, dude. I've had the Jenny Kush, and I'll say it's okay, dude. I'll say it's okay. Like, I wouldn't go buy like an ounce of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, maybe yours is different. But the Jenny I had, it was okay on a scale of 1 to 10. From the same growers, it was like a 4. From the same growers that my favorite strain, my RS100, same growers, their shit's like a 9 or 10. I mean, that's just the difference in the strain. You know, my favorite strain, the Super Boof or Problem Child, all the same grower. Their shit came out. But that Jenny was just like, okay. It was okay. You know, there was a couple other ones. Yeah, just get an eighth of it. It might be better where you're at, though, dude. I'm not going to knock whoever's growing it because I don't know. You know? So I don't know what your shit will be like. You know, it could be different. But yeah, from my experience, at least, that's what I experienced with it. And there was another one that I wasn't so thrilled with. What was it? It was called like High Divorce Rate. I didn't really care for that. It tasted like it had like a weird like incensey taste to it, like powdery. I don't know how to explain it. It didn't taste very good. And then there was another one. There was like a handful of strains that all derived from that nut, and I didn't like none of them. So, this just to give you my opinion on that strain. And I do think that we get very similar stuff. Apparently Ryan got some really good shit from Michigan. So, I get good bud. I've gotten very good bud from Michigan. I can't complain about their bud. For sure. I can't complain about it at all. Like, I like Michigan's bud. Like I told him, I had some candy cane or candy something that was just stupid fire, dude. So, you know, and it was like $50 for a fucking 7-gram nice quarter. I'm doing well, Serenity. I'm getting ready to end it right now. Actually, I'm doing this dab and then I'm gonna end it and start another one. Yay, Ryan, you're on that Cadillac Rainbow. Like I was telling you, I've had the dabs. Debo, what up? Pink Runts is fire, dude. I've got some pink runts. I have some pink grapes. Pink grape runts. Super gas. Yeah, the pink grape was super nice. I definitely can't complain about that at all. Jesse, the Mac 1. Yeah, man. Mac 1's very good. We like the banana Mac. Mac's some fire. Them alien cookies are very nice. I think Ryan just got some. Mac 1 himself, to be honest. I've been smoking a lot of permanent marker and Rainbow, which is RS11. I feel like that's what I've been on lately. Smoking a lot of that, a lot of GMO peanut butter. That's why I want to smoke something new today. I got this strain called Inferno. I think I might pop that bitch today. Because I never tried that strain before. And it's by a really good grower, so I might open that shit today. White Riz. Nah, bro. Sounds yummy. And there ain't nothing wrong with the little white risen. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong with a little white risen. Inferno, I want to buy some of their seeds. No. That's the name of the strain. It's called Inferno by Butterfly Effect. Let me see what the lineage is. I want more of that lemon, that super lemon haze, dude. That shit was so fucking tasty. All right, so what I'm talking about, it's called, it's Butterfly Effects Inferno, and the lineage is Legend OG by GMO crossed with TK Skunk. It's 31.1%. And it smells of GMO earthy and gunpowder. I think this shit I got's like 34%, to be honest. This is literally what it is. Same brand, same company, everything. I got an eighth of that I could go with. I've got an eighth of that Cherry OG 26. I don't even know. I need to go. Yeah, gunpowder. I don't know. But that Legend OG is good, though. Legend OG is a good strain, and so is GMO. So, like, the GMO is that garlic, is that garlic taste. So it's got that garlicky, skunky fucking smell. But gunpowder? What the fuck does that mean, dude? Yo, I've never seen that in a description before, dude, in my life. I ain't never seen no shit like that before. Yo, I'm about to smoke on that gunpowder, son. Now I gotta try it. That sounds like some real official fucking shit that might just do it. Yeah, now I gotta try it, Ryan. It is what it is. Alright, guys. Well, look. I appreciate everybody popping in. Everybody that's here, keep an eye open. And we will be live here. I will go live here shortly in a little bit. Yeah, I'll go live shortly here in a little bit. Again, even if I don't got any guests, which I probably will. It shouldn't be a problem. But, fuck, man. Now we got 10 people in this bitch, but yeah, I'll be back through, you guys. Anybody that's watching, keep an eye out for, oh, look, it's country. Man, I'm glad you did. Everybody hit that like, subscribe. They're letting me get subs back, backyard. How you doing, my brother? Everybody, go peep his shit out, too. You already have. You already know who he is. Most of y'all do. But peep him out. That's the homie, bro. That's the brother. I'm glad to see you, man. Oh, thanks, bro. Much love to you, dude. Legit. Much love to you, brother. But yeah, man. I was just popping in to say hi to everybody solo dolo before I moved on to the next damn topic. Hey, I do got funny shit to talk about, though. That's for sure. So tonight we'll turn up, though, for sure. I hope you're doing well, bro. Backyard, thank you very much, dude. Much love to you, man. For real, for real. I hate getting off, but at the same time, I want to be able to bring everybody back through. So it makes more sense just to tell everybody, be ready. Go get your weed together. Hey, I love you, bro. You're the shit, dude. I appreciate you. I really do. But yeah, you should come back through, man. You can pop on too at any time tonight, man. I'm gonna come back through on StreamYard. The link, I'll have the link and everything, and you're more than welcome to pop in and meet some peoples, bro. You'd fucking be hilarious. It'd be hilarious to have you. Hey, if not, man, I'll try to do one early, man, because I would love to see you get onto one, bro, because that shit would be hilarious, to be honest. So, yeah, that would work. That would be cool. Yeah, right? That would be fun. But hey, I appreciate you, bro, for the love and support, man. That's awesome. I do. Legit. I want to be funny and talk that shit, but I don't know what the fuck. Hey, it's all love, bro. I mean, what else is there to say? I'll talk that shit tonight, I guess. I'm just kind of sitting back smoking, man. I thought I'd be able to talk more shit, but I'm kind of just smoking, There's no trolls. There's no there's no trolls no more, bro. They don't come through. Like I don't got nobody to troll. Like what Only trolling I get is these stories that I do. I mean, But alright, y'all. I am going to be back in, let's say, it's 11 already, dude. I'm trying. Oh, you want me to troll you motherfuckers? Bro, you remember me talking about what the fuck makes a cat fucking, like, what goes to their head being like, oh, I'm a fucking cat. Remember the fucking flag? Oh, dude. I wanted to go on one of those rants, but I feel like it's still kind of early. I mean, it is 11. But I do want to go on one of my old school rants. Like, give me something fucking good to rant about. I'll fucking do it. I mean, I drank some strong coffee. It's almost so fucking strong that I fucking am quiet. It's like fucking doing the opposite. But yeah, I'll troll you motherfuckers. I just don't know what you want me to say, you fucks. Yeah. Fucking, anyways, man. Fucking, I love you guys. Come back in. Yeah, they are, bro. They're hitting. I'm sitting here thinking I want some food, and then I'll come back on. Let's say, give me 1 hour. Give me 1 hour, and I'll be back on. Is that cool? 1 fucking hour, and then we'll jump back on. So that being said, I love everybody. Y'all be good, and I will see y'all in an hour. Ryan laughs like, yeah, right, will it be a fucking hour? He ain't doing shit in a fucking hour. Bah! You know I'm gonna be back, though. I promise I'll be back on, and it won't be too late. I promise. Maybe I'll get right back on. Who fucking knows? Just keep an eye out. I might put a post in, but if not, just know I will be back on and I will have the gang. Love y'all. Have a good fucking hour or two. Whatever, y'all. And wish we could do more news. I wish I had more. I wish it was better. I know, it's 11 already, so I said by midnight. Give me the midnight. So I can I have to set up through my laptop and do all that shit. No, not 2 a.m. I know you motherfuckers think you know me. Maybe 1. But 2, I'm not going on at 2, bro. OG, what up, dog? What up, man? Hope you're doing fucking good, bro. But, yeah, I'm finna get off and I'll see y'all in, like, literally, give me 1 hour. 1 hour. I'll be back. Peace, y'all. I'm outie. Out of 5 to my doghouse.